All right. Hi there. Kara here from Regal Results, and I am actually going to walk you through the MODEX Exhibitor Kit and share some tips and tricks that I learned as I was planning one of my clients' participation at this event. And so hopefully that you find this helpful, and if you do, please like and subscribe to our channel. So I have currently on my screen the exhibitor profile open for my client. And so this is a really great little hub that you will find your actions. And so a couple of tips for this specific conference, but also relate to other conferences would be to, number one, make sure you build out your company profile. So with this specific event, you can, based on your sponsorship level, you can have your logo, your listing, you can have your products, offerings, and things like that. And so for instance, with this one, you can see that the showroom performance for the online profile, and we are, a couple months before the event, we already have had 31 views, 1 lead, and 8 clicks. So super easy lift to get in there, get your logo, get your description, add your key contacts so that you are getting these leads organically as people are planning for the event. The other thing that I wanted to really highlight here is that you get your staff registered. A lot of times we get so busy with other things that we forget to get everybody registered. And so you can do that very easily here in the tool. Make sure that that gets done ahead of time to save your team time on site having to wait in long lines and get delayed getting into the event. All right, my third tip is going to actually take us right into the exhibitor manual. So I'm going to click here and get into that. This specific show, the general contractor is GES, and one of my favorite things with our larger general contractors is they provide what's called quick facts. And I actually love to print out the quick facts. So I'm going to open it here so I can show it to you guys. So what I love about quick facts is it's really your one-stop shop for all really important details. So for instance, it tells you what comes with your booth. If you have a standard inline booth, you get this black drape and an ID sign. It tells you the aisle carpet color, so they're gonna, use gray here at this event. And then it also really leans in on those important dates and deadlines that you want to be mindful of so that you don't pay late fees. So for here, you can see when advanced shipments can start arriving at the warehouse, when you need to get your orders in for like furniture or any additional items. And then it goes into kind of those shipping deadlines, followed by exhibitor move out, show hours. This one's also really key for me because as I'm building out my staffing plan, I like to know when does the hall open, when does it close, and so that really helps as well. Also, you really need to know where you're going to ship your stuff. So on the quick facts, you'll often find the shipping address or where things need to go with those key deadlines, because sometimes there's holidays when the warehouse might not be open, and things like that. We also have direct to show site guidance here. Now, one of the main things I wanted to call out for MODEX, if you or one of your clients is going to this event, is they do have what's called a targeted move-in schedule. So that is specific if you are bringing heavy equipment or machinery that needs to go direct to show site, and there is a marshaling yard. And this can kind of be confusing to people who might not have had to deal with this before. So as you're booking your transportation for your machinery or equipment, you want to make sure that you know when your booth's targeted move-in is, because that is when your trucking company needs to check in at the marshaling yard. And that is the day that they will be unloaded. Fun fact, Do not schedule your labor for that day. If you need labor to set up your booth, I highly recommend that you schedule it for the day after, because you just don't know when your trucks are going to be unloaded. It might say by 1 p.m. and you have your labor scheduled for 2, but it might go on into the evening. You just don't know, and you don't want to have to pay for labor standing around only to have them come back the next day. So be really mindful of that. And the GES exhibitor portal does a great job of providing you with your floor plan so you can check your day or your time, and then it gives you the move-in maps as well. So super important that you pay attention to that. All right, what else did I want to make sure I called out? The other thing would be if you're going to use show labor, make sure that you're following those deadlines like I mentioned on the quick facts sheet. So everything has an advanced order deadline. You pay a cheaper rate to get your orders in by a certain time. You will pay a premium after that deadline. So keep that in your work back plan. Let's see, what else? The other thing that I would mention is specifically for this event, they do allow hanging signs, but it's for larger booths. So make sure that when you're deciding if you're going to have a hanging sign, that you're paying attention to what your booth size is. So I believe for this one, it was very specific that it had to be a specific size booth and in a location. So make sure you know those details before you decide to ship your hanging sign. And with that, I would just say, if you're coming to the event, and you need some help, please reach out to us. We love this event, and we know kind of the ins and outs of how things go here, and we'd love to help you. Or even if you just need a second set of eyes to check over your orders or make sure you're not missing anything, reach out. Also, like and subscribe so you can get more helpful content as we are going along